Hi, I'm Kevin Allen and welcome to KAP TV. Every June, literally tens of thousands of people come to Cannes in France from all over the world to center on the subject of creativity. And I'm thrilled to be able to share with you an interview with none other than the CEO of the Cannes Lion Festival of Creativity, Phil Thomas, who spent some time with us talking about the extraordinary importance of the event, where it's going, but more importantly, the importance of creativity in commerce. Here's the interview, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
I just can't wait to get started with you. I think the first thing is, I went down to Cannes when I was a pup in the business, and it was sort of the creative guy saying to me, "What are you doing here?" as an account guy. But last year was unprecedented and extraordinary. How did you see last year? What was your feeling about it? In fact,
well, it was the biggest year we've ever had, and the entry number was 34,000, which is enormous, really. And we had about 11,000 people come to the festival. So it's grown in terms of volume, but it's also the makeup has changed quite a lot over the years, and I'm sure we'll talk about that in a second. But it was a huge year. As
well as I understand, and of course I'm thrilled to be part of one of your initiatives that not only is the activity going on in Cannes, but there are a number of other festivals that you're doing. And could you just tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, we've got 6 altogether.
6? Wow.
So we've got Cannes, which is the global one, obviously, that's the big one, but we've got a European one called Eurobest, which is taking place in Lisbon, and you're working with us on that, which is great. We have one in Dubai for the Middle East and North Africa, one in Singapore for the Asian business, and then we have a smaller one in Shanghai, which is an effectiveness festival, and we have a digital festival in Beijing, actually, which takes place next week. Okay. So we have 6 altogether, but Cannes is clearly the big one.
Of course. We were talking earlier about the notion of the supply economy to the demand economy. You know, in the early days when the networks ruled all, it was a distribution game, and now we live in a world where the customer is at the center of the universe, and clients are coming to Cannes, which is extraordinary. So why do you think they are?
Well, it's a really interesting question. I talk to a lot of clients, of course, about that. And they come for numerous reasons. They come largely to be inspired, actually, to try to understand what great work looks like. And you have all the work in all the world to look at Cannes. And so they do come to see what is a great idea, how can I adapt that great idea to what I'm doing. They also come to have a look at the agencies and see who's doing good work and meet people in that regard. But there's a slightly bigger issue, which I think is partly to do with what you're getting at. The CMOs are coming in larger numbers, but when you look at who is also coming, the CEOs are also coming. Wow. So you think, well, why are the CEOs coming? Why is the CEO of Unilever and Nestle and numerous other big organizations coming? And it's really about innovation and creativity beyond brand creativity. So it's a given that I've got to be creative in my brand communication, otherwise I'm dead. But actually, as an organization, where are we going to find new thoughts? Where are we going to find innovation and creativity? Yeah. And if you look at the research, the most creative companies have a significant stock market valuation premium. They know that it attracts talent. They know that it makes the whole company move forward at a faster rate. And so I think that's why the CEOs are coming to Cannes, to look for that within their broader organization.
A good friend of mine was recently at Cisco, Amanda Jobbins, and she's just taken a wonderful position at Sage. And she said to me not long ago, what is important is building a culture of innovation. And so if you do that, all will follow. And it leads me to the vision you had in creating the notion of creative bravery as a theme for your Eurobest. First, that's a brave thing to do, first of all. And could maybe talk a little bit about that? And is that does that presage what might happen later on in Cannes?
Yes, I mean, all our festivals, most of our festivals, a couple of exceptions, but our big festivals are based on the notion of creativity. Based on the notion that creativity can have a significant and measurable impact on the value of a brand or a company. That's at the heart of everything that we do.
I'm very intrigued by the conversations we've been having, and of course, For us, it's an absolute delight to be part of Eurobest with the Young Suits Academy. Learning and development and sort of the promulgation of this, beyond the event is a big part of what you see as your role. Where do you see that going in the future?
Well, I think it'll just get bigger because, now we have student academies, we have creative academies, we have marketers academies, now we have the Young Suits academies. All these people are part of an ecosystem that allows great work to come through. And we do see our role. We're very fortunate that we're in this epicenter of an industry and people look to us for leadership in certain things. And, we're fortunate that we can put together programs, particularly in Cannes, but also in our other festivals like Eurobest, that are really unique. I mean, they are unique because you don't get people coming together anywhere else in the world like you do in Cannes.
I remember when I first met you, we had a little chat about the elasticity of your brand. So if you're going to use your brand, and in some ways, the fascinating notion that more and more CEOs are coming. I suppose they have as much interest in seeing someone in their R&D lab be clever. Do you ever see the audience for when you say creative people? Do you see that audience expanding over time?
It's a great question. Actually, that's a superb question. I don't see it yet.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, if you look at suits, account people,
Yes.
they're really small numbers in Cannes. And when you talk to account people, they still, like you were saying, somebody said, "What are you doing here?" Actually, when you talk to account people, they say, "Oh, one day I'd love to go to Cannes." All the creatives go and we wave them goodbye. And so actually that shift is yet to happen, even into account people.
Well, fascinating, because what that would suggest is, apropos what Angela was saying about the importance, and Aaron's of Burberry, about the importance of culture, in a way, it's taking the notion of creativity from the hands of a few people whose job it is, shall we say, or life, and ensuring that an account guy or even a finance guy feels that they have as much role to play in achieving that level of creativity.
Well, if you take the biggest group, WPP, so if you take Martin Sorrell's view of the importance of winning at Cannes, which is the equivalent of being creative, he attaches a great importance to that because he feels my organisation needs to be creative. He doesn't just mean the creative people, he means everybody has to be. And so, I mean, the response to our Young Suits Academy in Eurobest has been absolutely amazing. I mean, I think that's just fantastic. Yeah. And so that is an indicator, I think, of how important it is that the other groups and the other stakeholders are involved in understanding what creativity can do. I mean, one small anecdote, we have, when you enter into Cannes, you have to enter who the client was, who the agency was, who the production company was. And this is the world we're living in now. There was a winner at Cannes, it won a bronze in film. And the client was Google. In the agency field, it was Google. And the production company was Google. And for me, that sums up how things have changed and how things continue to change.
So, well, thank you very much. Well, Kevin Allen from KAP TV and Philip Thomas from the Cannes Festival of Creativity, goodbye for now.